everyone, V the Amazing Greek here. Thank you for checking out this video, how to make scale mill plates. The picture you saw at the beginning of the video was of a security door that had been discarded, and I was able to get my hands on the metal. When I disassembled that door, I had 21 plates like this. It was a roll-up door, so it's got bends in it so that it can articulate. I'm going to show you how I straighten all this out so I can widen the metal out and get bigger plates out of it. And then you'll see the end result, and we'll talk about some different patterns you can do. Don't have to use just that particular look. Alright, once you cut out your strips of metal, either with a hacksaw, angle grinder, jigsaw, bandsaw, whatever you got, snips if it's thin enough, then you want to decide what kind of pattern you want your mail to look like. I like this look right here, the rounded bottom. What I did for that, I have cans around the garage. I happen to have one that's 3 inches across the diameter, so I just lined up, get the edges touching on each side and the tip of the can. I'll just hold it there, trace that out. Then you take your cutting tool, remove this, and then either file it down, put on the grinder wheel or on a belt grinder. And then you get this, and you'll want to go along the edges here too. From where you were cutting before, they'll have jagged edges. We'll want to take a file, we'll want to clean that up. You don't want this snagging your materials or your hands cutting you when you have this on. So that'll be the next step, is we'll clean these up and then decide how we're going to put it together, if we want to rivet it or lace it. Our jig is set up. Got a piece of angle iron, tall piece of stock. I've got a little piece of wood here so that when I drill through, the metal doesn't just kind of, look like got shot through. It'll put less burrs and stuff. I'm using a 9/64 drill bit, and that is the snuggest fit for my homemade roofing nail rivets. They'll be nice and snug, they won't wiggle around. And so we'll put this in here. This might be an issue. So it should be clamped in here. Let me see, I gotta reach in front of you guys here. We'll see how this does. That way my hand's not in the line of fire here. So this does. There we go. That way I don't get my hand in danger. You saw that the drill bit swerved a little. That's because the metal still has little ridges and stuff in it. So there we go. You can see the holes through it. And we'll do a few more like that. Alright, now we're going to give a little bit of character and strength to these flat pieces. See, they flex a little. So what we want to do is, I don't want this just hanging flat. I want it to have some shape to it. So I got me a round piece of steel. You can do this against a limb that you could put in your vise if you wanted. Starting to round these over like a car hood. You know, they got bends in them and stuff to give that flat piece of sheet metal some strength. I'm only going to go up on the sides enough to where when the overlapping scale is placed on top of it, you won't see that it goes flat. I think there's a tool called a planishing tool, which is a ball on top of a stake or a piece of metal, and you do stuff like this. I got the stuff, I just need to make it. I haven't made it yet. When I make it, I'll show you guys in a video. There we go. Oh, yeah. Alright, now, see? Looks, you know, a little more something to it than just cut out. And then when we set them, see, they look a little more, got some character to them. And then they go flat about there. Well, our next plate come down right there. You'll never know. And then the plate on top of that will be curved too. That'll look real good. Alright, and that's how you make the plates for this. Next little section I'm going to show you is a piece of leather scale that I had worked on previously. And I'll show you how that looks, just so you can compare it to the metal. I like the curves here. That gives it a good look, and I think that's going to give some good strength. Alright, so that wasn't too bad. I think the metal plates turned out pretty good. They'll have some strength with the bend in them. I wanted to show you a leather piece of scale. This same thing, cut out the leather the size you want. Then it has 2 holes right below the middle point, 2 holes up on top. And then what you do is you punch the holes out in all the leather pieces, and these 2 holes here will be the middle of one of these scales, see? So there's 2 holes right here, 2 pieces intersecting, and it goes like that. And then this will be free moving because it's leather. If you did this with the plates, it would get rigid because, again, you're on solid with solid. You're just making a rigid piece. And if you're doing that, like for the chest or maybe for the legs or arms, that might be one thing. But yeah, we'd have to rivet a few together to see how that does. I don't think it would move. But here's the leather style And then, like I said, you can do the different shapes. If you did the pointy pattern, you could roll this over again to give it a little strength and some show. You can pound this with a ball peen, you know, give it some character, make it look like it's, you know, been worked. And like I said, when I put this all on a leather undercoating, I'll show you how that is. But that's all it takes to make scale mail plates for your body armor. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you found it interesting. We'll be working on some more stuff here in the shop. Thanks.